So what's up? Welcome to another video with me, yours truly, Torian, TJG Graphics. And it's been a long time since I did a video for my YouTube channel. Been busy since the last time making art, living some, I don't want to say health issues, but a few things that kind of uh, popped up. But everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah, so this is the first official video for 2024. And I've been wanting to do a video for a little bit just to adjust my headphones. OCD is kicking in. Okay, there we go. Just to put some more content out. But I've been hesitant because I don't want to fall into the trap of just putting out videos just to put out videos just to make content. And I'll get into that as I get into the video further. For 2024, I want to focus on not just making, not continuing to make my artwork, but I also let me go back a little bit. For about the past 3 to 4, maybe 5 years, I've just been feeling kind of disconnected from my art. And what I say by that is there's this wanting to do a little bit more and explore some more things, and it's been kind of difficult trying to pinpoint what it is. I don't want to say it's boredom, but for me, I'm very it's my artistic journey is it's had its ups and its downs. It's been consistent in the fact of I always keep art in my life, whether I'm reading comics, I'm reading stories online about things I like, pop culture, like I said, comics, manga, anything of that nature, what you consider pop culture, manga, horror, whatever. But there's been a part of me from the artistic standpoint that's just, I don't feel like I've been doing nearly enough to feed that hunger to my for my creative side, from my artistic side, and that's basically, a lot of it's been just time being prioritized, or things happening in life. And I won't make excuses and say I don't have time. It's just I have a very limited set of time that I have. I have I have a full-time job. I have I have a life to live. I got things going on. But for me to do the things that I want to do and where I want to go with my art at this point and at this season in my life, and with my artistic journey, there are things that I need to do and things I need to focus on. And one of those things is, yes, being able to make art consistently as much as I feel that I need to. Not that I don't ever like to force it, because you shouldn't force yourself to be creative, because then that doesn't work. Then you're forcing your creativity, and that's not good. But at least being, I want to be in that, zone to where it's like I'm there. I'm not looking at it or thinking about it, but I'm there, and I see it with other artists. And I don't want to get into trying to compare myself to get into the comparing yourself to people that you see online or whatever, other artists. But there is a difference from thinking about something and doing something. There's an old saying, don't talk about it, be about it. And you can talk about something all day long, but you have to be about it. You have to do it. You have to live it. And maybe that's what it is. I just don't feel that I've been in my full artistic mode. I've had to parcel it out here and there, take time to do this, take time to create a poster, take time to finish this drawing. And it's been very frustrating, especially this last couple of years, because I've had to really focus in and say, I got to finish this, I got to get this done. But when I did, everything, it was great. And I'm not gonna knock anything, but I did have a great year artistic artist wise, productivity wise. Last year I did a lot of things, got a lot of work done. I do have to pat myself on the back for last year. Yeah, I could have done more, but for what I did under the timelines that I did it, I think I did very well. And that being said, I still feel that there's more. I still have a lot more to do on my artistic journey, especially like I said again in this season of my life. You know, I just turned 54, 54 years old now, and so you start thinking about different things and prioritizing things in your life, and the time that I spend not drawing or not being creative, it bothers me a lot. And there are a lot of people out there like that. There are a lot of artists out there. There are a lot of aspiring artists. A lot of people who are out there. You know, they're creatives. They want to have that time. They might not have it because they have, you know, um, they got a lot of obligations like me. They got jobs. They got kids. They got spouses. Luckily for me, all of my kids are grown. Um, so it's just a matter of saying, hey, okay, what do I need to change to go from where I'm at now to where I want to be? And there's this whole side of art and especially illustration. And I'll put it, I'll use that term to what I'm describing as far as my artwork, illustration. There's a whole lot to illustration that I still don't know. You know, I've scratched the surface on a lot of stuff. Like, you know, the past couple of years, I've been really focused on watching YouTube videos where I specifically watch videos about artists and illustrators, and I become really fascinated with just the whole, the whole thing of what illustration is. And a lot of people, and I had to check myself to see if I was actually taking the word for granted or using it for granted, taking it out of context, because a lot of people are artists, but not everybody's an illustrator. And you have to know what an illustrator is by definition to kind of know if that's what you are. And you know, for as far as from what I know, illustrators, they illustrate, they tell stories with their artwork. It's not just about, oh, I'm just going to draw this picture and there you go, I'm an illustrator. And that's that's where I had to really think about, you know, well, what do you classify yourself as? Because, you know, on my website, when I would edit my website, or, you know, I had to figure out what do I want to say? How do I want to, what do I want to call myself? I want to call myself an artist. I want to call myself an illustrator. You know, which one do I want to use? So I had to realize that in my illustrations, there is a story behind that particular image. There's a reason that I took that image from up here and it manifested itself out into physical form, so that there is a story behind that. So I am illustrating something, whether it's like I feel it's a story that somebody else can relate to. That's not the issue. The issue is that it's something up here that I went, created an image, created a sketch, pulled out my sketchbook, scribbled, pulled out my iPad, or jumped on my laptop, went in Clip Studio Paint, and I drew. And I came up with this image, with this illustration, this finished piece of artwork, you know, that started off as just an idea and ended up into a full-fledged image or illustration. And I almost lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But yeah, so I had to understand that there is a story behind what I'm doing, you know, even when I didn't think there was. So I do take the term and the word illustrator very serious, and there's a lot behind it. Like I like to look at artists and read about artists or watch videos on like Norman Rockwell. I watched a YouTube video on him This man is prolific. He's an American icon. He's not just an American icon. He's an international art icon. He is the pure definition of illustrator. Because if you even unless you've had your head buried in sand, you know what I'm talking about. Google Norman Rockwell, painter, illustrator, artist. This man is a legend, very prolific, and he comes from that era of photorealism. We paint. This is how we do it. No cartoony caricature types of things that you see. This is that time in that era when everything was photorealistic. These paintings looked like pictures. They look like photographs. You know, you look at this stuff and you're like, you can't believe somebody painted this to look as photorealistic as it is. It started out with a blank canvas, went in there, did the work, and these are paintings. They're paintings that are like, and then when he's doing multiple people, and it's just like not one, not two, not three, not four, you know, maybe 10, 15, 20 people in a scene, and then there's cars or there's something else, or the people are doing something, you know, where they're maybe at a picnic, or you know, they're playing at a baseball game in a ballpark or something. He's capturing all of this like it's a real image. And just watching a lot of things like that, videos, and reading up on illustrators and illustration, and looking at magazines. You have one magazine that I do grab every month is Imagine Effects, a great magazine produced over across the pond, and they focus on a lot of concept artists, sketch artists, uh, um, gaming artists, digital artists. It's a very good magazine. Been reading it probably about maybe 5 years now, 5, 6 years, maybe 10. Could be maybe 10. But great magazine. There's another one that I've always been I've always sought out books and magazines. So I used to collect Draw magazine that was specifically based around comic book artists. Sketch magazine, same thing. These are all magazines that are printed by, I think it's Tomorrow's, I think it's Tomorrow's Publishing or something like that. And then there's also this one I found last year called Illustrators, and that's another one that's produced over in I think it's England or Britain, and that looks like it's a good magazine too. But you have to order it. It has come from overseas. But great magazine that focuses on illustration and illustrators. There's another one. What is it? What's the other one called? Illustration magazine. That's another one that just you see these guys that are like from the 50s and the 40s and the 30s and the 60s and the 70s, and these great just guys that used to do like the old pulp magazine covers and the horror magazine covers, and the romance covers, and just those, you know, just those great illustrations, paintings, and drawings that you used to see. And that stuff just fascinates me because these are people who, like myself, they just, you know, they were drawing, they were doing their thing, they were creating and being artists. And that's something that I like doing research on, reading up on. It keeps me motivated. It inspires me. So for this year, I don't want to say goals, but it's just things that I want to focus on for myself, from a creative and an artistic standpoint. Is just dive deeper into the art, get back in touch with the reasons and the reasons why I make art and why I draw and why I like to be creative, and go back to that time when I was a little kid. What inspired me to pick up a pen or a pencil and draw, just to get back to touch base with that part of me that I feel needs to uh, just flourish a little bit more, you know. And so that's what I want to focus on for the year. Just get back into that creative zone where I'm there. I'm in touch with myself, in touch with that creative part of me, where I don't feel I've been kind of disconnected from it. I've been able to make my art. I've been able to push through creative slumps, but it's been a lot. I've had moments where I go into I don't want to say it's a dry spell or a slump. It's just there are times where I just won't be making art, and like I said, things come up. Um, Life happens, but I just want to be able to look back at some point and say, hey, I was the best artist. I reached my potential, and I did the best work that I was able to do um, in my life. And I still got a long way to go. Knock on wood. Can't take things for granted. Uh, but yeah, so I'll be doing more videos. Always looking out for podcasts that I can listen to when it comes to illustration, when it comes to drawing. Still a lot of stuff comic book related. Listen to a lot of different comics podcasts, and to just move forward in the new year in 2024, and just do it, get into it, and just be creative, make more content for the channel, make more art. So that's definitely the plan for this year, and to stick to the plan. That's the other point. Got to stick to the plan. So I'm not gonna to dwell too much longer on this, and I'll wrap this up. But hopefully, if you're creative, if you're an artist out there, and you relate to this, you kind of relate to what I'm going through. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you watched the whole thing. Hopefully you got a little something out of it. But stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to try to put out another video in maybe the next couple of days, whether it's a drawing video or just another chit chat, artist chit chat. We'll do that. I just want to create content. I don't want to make everything seem like it has to be about this. I have to do this. No, if I feel like sitting in front of the camera talking about it, then I'm going to talk about it, as opposed to structuring it to where it has to be this certain way so I can try to hit this algorithm and do all that. Because I think that's one of the things that's really just that also kills creativity, is trying to chase that algorithm in social media. And if you're not chasing the algorithm, you see who your true fans are. That's what I truly believe, because I follow people that they don't have these huge followings, but they make a lot of content and they connect with the audience. They connect with their audience. And as a matter of fact, there's one artist out there, I'll mention him right now. Shout out to Sam Vera, dutiesworld.com. And Cast the Craze podcast. I've listened to all of you guys' podcast. You and George, you guys do a great podcast. Keep up the good work. There, I wanted to shout you guys out while I did this video. Sam, keep up the good work, man. You do awesome work. Love your work. Great attitude. You guys are the best. Keep it up. Yeah, so Cast the Craze podcast. Listen to that. It's good. If you like comics, it's an independent. It's basically for indie comics creators that want to get out there and listen to guys that are out there doing it. Follow other indie comics creators. That's a podcast to listen to. So, and I'm not getting anything from that. I just thought I'd throw it out there because I always listen to the podcast, and I was listening to it earlier. I listened to one of the old episodes. But anyway, I'll end the video here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Keep drawing, keep creating, keep living the best life you can live. Stay positive, stay focused, make your art, and shine as brightly as you can. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.